Tally-ho, you motherfuckers, we're back, and in this video we're on the table with the main man, and it's a Cavalry Cavalcade of Madness. This is a showcase video for all of the cavalry units that I've painted this year and at the end of last year. Within the last 4 months, all of the stuff that I've gotten done, all of the cavalry that I've done, it's in a huge Cavalry Cavalcade of Madness, and we're going to be showing these units off. And I hope you enjoyed this video because I sure enjoyed painting these projects. So we'll go through everything that I've done and we'll be back.
So from left to right, we're kind of just starting here with the Roman cavalry. These are my Praetorian Guard, and these were up on Facebook a while back, but nothing special about them or anything like that. But this is a full regiment of the Praetorian Guard cavalry. They've got their handle here so that I can move them about across the table very fast. And you know, I mean, you can't just yank on that handle though. I mean, I did have to use a lot of super glue to keep that down, but that is enough to move it. As you can see, the Praetorians are basically there, not taking bribes. They're policing Russell Crowe. I've got a unit of auxiliary cavalry led by a Praetorian. I thought that would be a nice touch there, simply because I like the models, and I had to use two of them to be the flag guy and the musician in Kings of War Historical. And this is also kind of a hobby review for Warlord Games Caesarian Cavalry, which I chose to use because it's cheaper, and I don't really care personally one way or the other. But one thing I will warn you is that if you see that little black thing right there, keep that on, because that gives your miniature 2 points of contact, whereas that guy on the end there, right here, very brittle. Very, 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 very brittle. It's only got 2 points of contact on the base, and I should have kept that little block there. That's one defect of the Warlord cavalry that comes in the boxes. I noticed with the Warlord Macedonians, they were very, very, very brittle around the legs, so you can very easily break them. The Praetorians have different horses, and they actually have a more sturdy design, very similar to Wargames Foundry. And so I would recommend getting the Praetorians and the blisters and the auxiliaries from Warlords and the blisters, because I believe they're on the same horse. But you know, you just got different horses here. A lot of people are afraid of painting cavalry. I'm not. I've done it so many times with Praetonians that it's secondhand nature. Horses are easy. Plus they're any array of colors. I've seen one that was all cavalry red and it had a white foot for some reason. It had one white leg. Don't know how you get a white leg on a horse, but you know, I mean, you just keep it simple: bestial brown, grays, blacks, cavalry reds, and you can crank out horses very quickly. This is the first unit of Roman cavalry that I did, and I chose to take the leader, a cavalry leader. This is actually a Roman commander that you get in the command pack, and I chose to just put him on there as the unit leader and everything. And he's kind of smaller. He's a small guy on a horse, actually, compared to these Caesarians. And as you can see, they've also got their handle and everything. Very easy to grab. Full regiment of cavalry. And I chose to make a lot of the bridles and straps for these things in the fabric green. I went with purple on the Praetorians, and then some of them have reds. The guys on gray horses have... Oh, looks like he's the only one with red. I could have sworn there was one more guy with red stuff. Oh, that guy got... A couple of them in there got purple fabric on their bridles and everything. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with the Romans. I still got one more unit of Romans that I got to paint, and those ones are Wargames Foundry. They'll get their own video because I'm more of a fan of the Wargames cavalry models, and their faces are a little bit better on the sculpts for Wargames Foundry. And these guys are Warlord Numidians. These are my black guys. Yeah, they're the baitmen. They're actually a lot of Numidian auxiliary cavalry in Roman armies, and so I just figured throw these guys out on a troop and let them see what destruction they can bring. I got my handle right there, and those are my Numidians, my black guys, yeah. And then this guy isn't cavalry. I painted him because I needed a crudger on with the wings of honey maize, and then something happened, and basically what happened was these guys were a direct result of it. Once you paint one green skin, all of a sudden 10 or 15 of them follow, maybe a whole regiment, maybe even an entire army. That was an accident, and it was one of my happiest accidents, and this beget the unit, the Ard Tusks. They got a special name already, so I'm kind of back on an orc kick just there, but it was a fun project. I had to do it because, you know, this was also a mandatory purchase because all I needed was 200 points to have a clear-cut 4,000 points worth of orcs and Kings of War, so I'll take it. And then over here we have my Celt Cavalry, which I'm really proud of. These guys painted up quick. I was doing one of these a weekend when I was doing them, so this is the culmination of about a month's worth of work on Celt Cavalry once I started that. And as you can see, they've got their handle right there. There's 6 on this base. I really like the Neolithic ruins that I put there. This is from that pack from... I definitely have to order another Chaos Ruins set because at the time I needed a little bit of terrain, so when people came over I could at least play a game of fantasy, and now I've got terrain and everything. But interesting thing with the Chaos Ruins was there was nothing I really needed from GW because it's an all GW store, but I spent $170 on like a battle foam or something like that. And you spend for every $50 you spend, I don't think it was 170 for every $50 you spend, so like 150, it's like 170 with tax or something like that, because you know they have to tax the shit out of you whenever you buy something. I got $30 of free money. So basically I spent my free money on this thing because it was the cheapest thing I could get. It was the only thing I could get for $30 besides like a box of boys or a knob or something like that. And I don't need any of that stuff. And I was looking at clamp packs because right at that time frame when I bought the foam, I was thinking about maybe starting Marines, and I was just and I'm glad I didn't, because then I'd have that hot mess all over my fucking room and everything. And I just I picked this up, and it's proven to be probably one of the most useful things I've bought. I still have one more piece like this that's going to be the handle for the other Romans, and I figured that the Romans are fighting in Britain, and these are the Neolithic ruins in Britain, and that's just kind of what I envisioned. And whatever, nobody knows what the Druids were doing when they built this stuff. I don't know. So basically, I think it adds a nice touch aesthetically. Some of the tree trunks here, those are from, and these things are from Secret Weapon Miniatures and everything. I really like that. It's $10. I think this is like $7 to get the tree set and everything. But this was probably, yeah, God, the November project right here, these 3, all the way into December when I started those 2. I just can't really remember. And then these guys were a recent paint up in November simply because I had them. I'd finally gotten around to them, and I needed cavalry because I wanted to play orcs. And I bought an orc army second hand, and I said, let's make some cavalry because you got the models, do it. And then I painted one orc, and then some others followed. That's basically what happened there. I couldn't help that. So, and these ones were done slightly faster. I didn't highlight those ones like I did these ones, so that's why these ones are so bright and pretty, because I actually enjoyed what I was doing for once. And it's very, very rare that I enjoy doing anything for myself anymore. Seems like I've been going full steam ahead for a long time. But I'm actually doing that one project has actually given me a little bit of drive to create. And out of all of my friends, they call me Michelangelo because I have a huge drive to create things and just get units on the table. Simply because, you know, especially with historics, you know, I mean, I could do this whole multi-base thing for probably a unit of Confederate cavalry. I want to have a huge... I mean, if I do anything else this year besides Abyssal Dwarves, it will be ACW. And that'll probably be the extent of everything that I do, but I might not. I might just pocket all the money and buy plastic surgery, have my stomach cut off or something, I don't know. But this is the Cavalry Cavalcade of Madness. just all the recent cavalry units that have been popping up. It seems like I haven't painted much infantry, but some of the infantry I have painted are the, oh, there they come into focus there, the Celtic females. I've started a few of those. Boudica in her rebellion had females fighting for her. So, and these are all the side projects that I've got. Like, I've got my favorite knob model that I never painted. I just spent $15 on that goddamn thing because I liked it so much, and I just never got around to it. A little soda pop miniature thing, but I've got Russell Crowe waiting, and I've got Russell Crowe waiting again. So, those are the last two Roman commanders, and then I need to buy one more of those. And I have my veterans waiting, so they're going to come into play very soon. And then I have these guys for Kings of War Historical, Rally 2, and Inspiring Presence. And other than that, I don't have a lot of projects open, which is good. I think I can count them on two hands again, and that's where I want to be for a little while, is going down to being able to count the projects I have open on one hand.
So I want to thank you for watching my Cavalry Cavalcade of Madness. Yeah, I've been in a bit of a funk creatively for a long time. I've been forcing myself to come down here. Usually when I get home, I've just been laying on the couch like some kind of a wounded baby seal, is the best way that I can describe it. Like it got bit by the great white shark and it's slowly dying on the beach. And then, not to mention, with it slowly dying, it's trying to crawl away from the crabs that are picking at it with their pinchers, you know, cheat, 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 cheat. Basically, yeah, but doing that orc unit kind of refreshed me a little bit, because that was my center of focus for so long, was how do I get a bigger orc army, because I would always rotate on painting orc units for fantasy and orc units for 40k, and doing that just kind of wants me to, I want to just go right back into Romans, or I'm going to paint some individual Celts first, about 30 of them, so that I can put them on movement trays, lightly glue them all down, and have full hordes of Celts and everything for Kings of War Historical, because I really want to play Kings of War Historical with Celts and Romans. I think it'll be fun now that I have two huge armies. In any case, as you know, the internet has many features you can use to interact with me. You can like the video, dislike the video, you can hit me up on Facebook, where I do a weekly movie review. It's a little 3-minute video of just some of the horror movies that I watch, because I watch horror movies all day. So if you're following me on Facebook, there's that out there to you. But I don't suggest you follow me on Facebook if you're weak of heart. If you have a low constitution score, you'll probably be turned off by me, because I'll make you cry. That's one thing that Holy Diver does really well, is that I will make you cry. I will break your will to live by being politically inappropriate, like Donald Trump or something. I don't know. Or Bill Cosby. Maybe I could become an eclectic mix of Cosby Trump or something like that. That's a superhero nobody would fuck with. Not even Superman could beat Cosby Trump. Trump Cosby. I don't know. I'm just rambling off a superhero in my head that's half Trump, half Cosby at this point, and I think that would be pretty darn cool. That's a comic book I would read. Anyway, as you know, you can like the video, dislike the video, comment, or subscribe. But until then, keep painting cavalry, and stay metal, my friends.
Hey Internet, if you like these videos, there's a few simple things you can do for me to support this channel. You can always hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and share this video. That's as good as a $5 donation. Thank you for your time, and thanks for watching.